Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Monday. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, a Jamestown woman allegedly kicked a Chautauqua County Sheriff's deputy. We'll have the details on that coming up.
Plus, several communities along Chautauqua Lake suffered some pretty heavy damage from thunderstorms over the weekend. But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter is standing by with a look at our weather. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Justin and Matt. Happy Monday, everybody. We hope you had a good weekend, minus the rain and those storms that came on through. Here's a look at First Defense Doppler. We really have nothing going on across the Northeast. You can see here we have a high pressure ridge down to our south. There's a small little low off the Carolina coast. The National Hurricane Center does not believe that's going to form into any tropical development, but we have a cold front that is parked basically back to our west, and that will be moving through pretty much on Wednesday. And you know what that cold front's going to do? Colder air and much more comfortable air. Let's go to the Wexo 2, which is the iPad here. And you can see here that we have the pollens here. The rain over the weekend helped wash a lot of this pollen away. So we're now looking at low levels of pollen, which is good for all of us who have allergies. So the forecast for the afternoon, partly to mostly sunny, but it will still be very muggy though, with the value still up there. 74 to 81 is the actual high temp range, with a west wind averaging around 7 to 13 miles per hour. We'll time out the next rain chances that come through the middle of the week. Plus, it'll feel like fall. We'll talk about it with that 7-day later on in the show. Justin and Matt.
Alrighty, Dakota, thank you much. Our top story, a Jamestown woman allegedly kicked a deputy intentionally during a traffic stop yesterday in the city of Jamestown. Deputies from the Chautauqua County Sheriff's Office say that 36-year-old Stephanie Lockett failed to stop for a red light on Washington Street. Lockett was allegedly found to be intoxicated, and deputies say she refused a preliminary breath test. Lockett allegedly kicked the deputy when authorities tried to place her into the rear seat of a patrol vehicle. She also allegedly refused a chemical test to determine her blood alcohol content. Lockett was charged with driving while intoxicated, second-degree harassment, refusing to submit to a breath test, and failure to stop at a red light. She was released with appearance tickets and will appear in the City of Jamestown court at a later date.
And a groomsman was arrested after allegedly stealing newlyweds' wedding gifts at the First Lutheran Church in Jamestown late last weekend. Jamestown police report that 30-year-old Calvin Kelms allegedly stole the newlyweds' gift cards and gifts during a ceremony on Friday at the church. Investigators responded to the couple's larceny complaint Saturday afternoon. Police said following an investigation, Kelms was charged with petty larceny in the case. He was arrested and taken to Jamestown City Jail pending arraignment.
Several communities along Chautauqua Lake suffered some heavy damage from thunderstorms Saturday afternoon. Fire crews from Asheville and Lakewood responded to 57 Loomis Bay Road for an overturned pontoon boat and dock leaking fuel just before 3:30 p.m. And in a post on Facebook, Nancy Nordwall reported heavy damage to docks, trees, and homes in the area. Viewers also reported similar damage just north at the Asheville Bay Marina. Now, a severe line of thunderstorms moved through the area around 3 p.m. Saturday, and heavy winds and rains were reported, but seemed localized to communities along the lake.
And officials with the Jamestown Renaissance Corporation will be holding a community input meeting this week to discuss the future of a downtown park that was closed due to structural issues. JRC, the property owner there, says Potter's Terrace, also known as AIDS Memorial Park or Wood Park, was originally built over a basement of a burned-down building. The deck over the past years has gone into decay. An architect recently found that several nuts and bolts holding the deck together have begun to rust and suggested closing the spot. The meeting will take place this Thursday at 7 p.m. at the Winter Garden Plaza. That's at 313 North Main Street here in downtown Jamestown. If unable to attend, community members are asked to submit feedback to JRC Director Pete Maglia at 716-483-3494, or you can send him an email at pete@jamestownrenaissance.org. So certainly, Matt, that park is a really big spot for, I think, for a lot of people who visit downtown Jamestown. You know, it was originally dedicated as a AIDS memorial, and since the closure, they've put up some temporary murals around it to try to make it a little more appealing to people. But it was sad to see it close when it did.
Absolutely.
A couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I mean, I used to quite often go outside on lunch breaks and sit there.
And I think a lot of people maybe don't know, happy Monday to all of you, thanks for tuning in here with us, is that the park is literally through that wall right here. There's a wall, and the park is outside of that on Potter's Alley next to our studio. So, I mean, we've certainly been there a number of times, as you said, and hopefully they can find some sort of, a funding source is the biggest thing that they said that they're searching for to try to fix the park. And B, see that maybe the community, maybe they're not interested. Maybe they are interested in development. That's one thing that they really want to gauge, is to see what people want. I know I spoke with a woman when they were putting up those temporary pictures, which are a great addition for now, for sure. Make the best of it. Who said that she wanted the park back. So we'll see what happens. And Thursday, I think, will be important. I know Winter Garden is another great spot, just a block over from here, where they'll be having that discussion. So we'll see what happens nevertheless. So hello to David. Good afternoon to you. Hopefully you are having a good day. Another manic Monday, I'm sure, for some of us out there. Monday is what you make it. That's what I always say.
Well, I think about our producers this morning. I know there was some stuff going on, but they handled it.
They do.
Class.
They're such professionals, really. Brenda, hello to you. Thank you for being here. Always good to see you on the broadcast. Cindy, love to have you here. Hopefully you're doing well. She said it's going to be hot and muggy for her, up to 107 degrees down south there today. So, thank goodness we don't have that, Cindy. Renee, good afternoon to you. On this muggy Monday. Hello, I like that. Butch, hello. Another great week, and Phyllis is here as well. So hopefully you are doing well. Joanna chiming in. She says, hope it gets fixed. 110% with you there, Joanna. So we'll see what happens, and of course, Jamestown's #1 news source will keep you in the know. Coming up, more local news to tell you about. Gas prices are continuing to fall in parts of western and central New York. What are they like here in Jamestown? The deets in just a bit.
But first, what officials are warning people to be on the lookout for in Chautauqua Lake? Dakota.
A manic Monday? You don't know the half of it. Here's a live look coming from the HD News Now cam. You can see the clouds overhead, partly to mostly sunny today, but more rain is on the way for the week. We'll talk about it as WNY News Now continues in a minute. Don't go away.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Now open in downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops Restaurant and Tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first.
Want weather now? Download the WNY News Now mobile app and stay up to date on severe weather alerts. Plus, anytime hazardous weather strikes, stick with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network that keeps you safe. You're all in a tornado warning, so now is the time to go to a safe place, small room, lowest floor, near the center, away from windows. What are you waiting for? Download the WNY News Now mobile app today. It's free in the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
Happening now, an invasive plant native to Asia in various islands of the Pacific and Indian Oceans were found in part of Chautauqua Lake's outlet, Chautauquan River, earlier this month. Western New York's Partnership for Regional Invasive Species Management reports that members of their team found the grass-like water chestnut growing along the bank just downstream of Carlson's Boat Livery. Now, officials said the team removed 2 grocery bags of the plant and disposed of its remains at a trash receptacle at McCrae Point. This group is now urging the public to be vigilant of the aggressive aquatic invasive species. Anyone who finds a water chestnut should report the sighting to the Rogatory Peterson Institute.
Gas prices continue to fall in parts of western and central New York. According to statistics from AAA and GasBuddy.com, New York State's average price for a gallon of regular gasoline has dropped 2 cents since last week. In Jamestown and Dunkirk, the average price of a gallon of regular gas is now $2.85. And just south of Warren, customers pay $2.93 for a regular gallon of petrol. The national average is $2.60 per gallon. That's down 17 cents from a month ago and 22.2 cents per gallon lower than a year ago.
Well, New York State's governor wants to create a new crime of domestic terrorism for mass shootings and other large-scale violent acts motivated by bias. Governor Andrew Cuomo made his proposals to lawmakers. He said it would cover acts like the recent mass shootings in El Paso, Texas, where authorities say the shooter targeted Mexicans. New York already has specific laws on terrorism, murder, and hate crimes, but the governor says his proposal is needed because of a disturbing rise in homegrown violent extremism. The proposed Hate Crimes Domestic Terrorism Act would apply to mass casualty incidents resulting in death and injury that targeted victims based on their race, color, national origin, ancestry, gender identity, or expression. Those found guilty of the crime would be subject to sentences of life in prison without parole, the same penalty prescribed in the state's existing anti-terror law. Now, the law was written at a time when terrorism was considered primarily an external threat. Top lawmakers have signed on to Cuomo's idea. The legislature, though, isn't scheduled to return to Albany until January.
And a warning from the Food and Drug Administration: products being marketed to cure autism and serious diseases like cancer can have dangerous, even life-threatening side effects. Andy Gaither has more in today's Health Minute.
It's being marketed online as a remedy to autism, cancer, HIV and AIDS, hepatitis, flu, and more. But the U.S. Food and Drug Administration is warning consumers drinking products containing sodium chloride is like consuming bleach and is dangerous to your health. The products are known by various names, including Miracle or Master Mineral Solution, Miracle Mineral Supplement or MMS, Chlorine Dioxide Protocol, and Water Purification Solution. When mixed according to package directions, the liquid becomes a strong chemical that is used as bleach, the FDA officials say. Drinking any of these products can cause nausea, vomiting, diarrhea, and symptoms of severe dehydration. Some product labels claim these side effects are evidence the solution is working. The FDA says that claim is false. For today's Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
Alrighty, Mandy, thank you. And the FDA is strongly encouraging consumers to not purchase these products. The agency's acting commissioner said the FDA would track the companies selling them and, quote, take appropriate enforcement actions.
Very startling study there. I mean, it's quite a claim for what it claims to cure, and really it does nothing but harm. So that's rough for sure. I still don't understand what is wrong with people. Like, why market that? What kind of joy do you get out of that? You know what I mean? It's like, what? It's crazy. Nevertheless, I don't know. It is. It is. And
I'm done trying to understand people.
Right, and I know like that. It's kind of weird. It's like, why would you drink bleach? But if you allegedly had these great benefits from this miracle product, I mean, why not? But what are you going to do either way? Hopefully you all are having a good Monday and not drinking bleach out there, because that doesn't sound fun. You could drink water, or if you're Matt Hummel, you could drink the Timmy Hose. He hides this off camera every day. Show the peeps. Show the peeps. Can you show him? Look at. Just scooch it to the right. There you go. Look at that. He's got his Timmy Hose. This is what, your third cup this morning?
Just one.
Just one? Okay. He's on his 3. He's lying. I'm just kidding. No, you need it. You need it, though.
Absolutely.
You need it to kickstart your Monday for sure. So, happy Monday to Joe. Hopefully you're doing well. Always great to have you on the broadcast, sir. We thank you for that. Hello to Renee. She says, hopefully Dakota can tell us the Muggies lifts for the area, because she likes to enjoy what's left of the summer that we have I concur with that.
Absolutely.
David, hello to you. Hello to Lori as well. Hopefully you are doing well. Hello to Amber and Michael. Good to see you all. Be sure to drop us a howdy in the comments below. Like, share, subscribe to these live videos to stay in the know with WNY News Now. Coming up next, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's here to tell us whether those muggies will return.
And later on, we're going to talk about National Soft Serve Ice Cream Day. As News Now continues.
Extra, extra, read all about it. Not tomorrow, but right now on the WNY News Now mobile app. Follow local news as it happens.
Top story, a Forestville man's weather video has gone viral.
And stay informed with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network.
Our Matt Hummel is standing by live outside of Chautauqua County Court with more on this case. Matt, good afternoon to you.
Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
And welcome back. And wanted to start off with this. This was the line of storms that moved through basically late last night and then early this morning. Now we actually threw this out on Facebook, talking about how these line of storms, if they make it across Lake Erie, they could have contained some gusty winds. But notice what happens as the storms move inland. The line breaks apart and the storms actually weaken. That is because Lake Erie actually helped to weaken these storms. And we'll take a look at the Lake Erie water temperatures here. And you can see here that the water temperature off Buffalo right now is 74 degrees. It's 76 off Erie. And that relatively cooler water of Lake Erie actually helped to rip those storms apart. So the winds today will be out of the west at 6 to 10 knots in the wave heights, averaging around 2 feet or less. So not a bad day if you do want to go out there and do some boating. Now, Justin talked about this earlier. We had this damage that occurred basically on the lake on Saturday. That was basically from the storms that came through, and that actually occurred at about 1:44. That was based on radar estimation, based on where those storms were, and that actually occurred just offshore of the lake. And that's always a reminder that, you know, even the storm wasn't severe, there still was the chance that those storms could have contained some gusty winds that actually caused a little bit of damage. So here's what's coming up. It's going to be muggy today. That's just basically the bottom line. It's still going to be muggy. We see a small dip in the humidity tomorrow, but not enough to where you'll even notice it. More widespread rain comes our way on Wednesday, more humid on Wednesday, but we get a preview of fall by late next week, and we'll show that to you on the comfort index here. You can see here, look at this, 69 degree dew point today, that's muggy. 67 on Tuesday. We make it to the oppressive level on Wednesday, but look at what happens on Thursday and Friday. Whoop! Right down the hill we go. And this is that comfort level, 54 degrees, 48 degrees on Friday. That is that comfort level. And we're going to see much cooler temperatures along with that. That's also associated with a front. And you can see it here. Look at these temperatures over the next 7 days. 83 tomorrow, 79 Wednesday, 71 on Thursday, 72 Friday. We start to warm up a little bit as we go into the weekend. But all in all, this is going to be a welcome change. We've had a lot of humidity recently, and we can kind of deal with that for a little while. So basically here it is for tonight, partly cloudy and muggy. That should say partly cloudy and not LTY. That should be TLY. Otherwise, we could see some valley fog set back up, especially in the valley areas, lower to mid 60s for most areas tonight. So nobody should be having rain tonight. That is the good news. All right, here's the 7-day, and you can see here 83 tomorrow. There's a small chance of a rain shower with that humidity, but the majority of the day should be dry. 79 on Wednesday, widespread rain. There's that refreshing change as we head into the end of the week, going into the weekend, and it looks like the weekend 10 right now will be dry and comfortable. Sports is next. Don't go away.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
When you're on the go, stay in the know by downloading the WNY News Now mobile app. Stay up to date on local news, weather, and sports that matter to you. Plus, subscribe to breaking news and weather alerts from the team that puts coverage first. In addition, watch news as it happens with the Southern Tier's only 24/7 streaming network. Download the WNY News Now app right now. It's free on the Apple App Store and Google Play Store.
WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at phonezoneshop.com.
Happy Manic Monday, sports fans. We've started another work week. Welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. Effective today, the 2019 high school football season has officially begun. The usual first week of practice has local teams focusing on training and conditioning prior to the start of full contact practices. One season opening game which will be played is the Jamestown Red Raiders battling the Baker Bees at the Carrier Dome on September 6th, the home of the Syracuse Orangemen. Another opening game which will be played on September is Clymer Sherman Panama. The 2018 Section 6 Class D champions start the road of defending their title as they will host a conference game versus the Maple Grove Red Dragons. The Buffalo Bills improved their preseason record to 2-0 last Friday night, defeating the Carolina Panthers 27-14. Josh Allen went 9 out of 11 passing for 102 yards playing the first quarter. Bills backup quarterback Matt Barkley added 110 yards and a touchdown on 8 for 10 passing, playing the entire second and most of the third quarter. Tyree Jackson, a former quarterback for the UB Bulls, struggled for the second consecutive game, going 4 of 10 for 68 yards and an interception, playing for the rest of the game in relief of Barkley. Ex-rugby player Christian Wade added another big highlight for Buffalo, catching a swing pass and turning it into a 48-yard play. Buffalo will be back in action on Friday as they will remain on the road to battle the Detroit Lions. Tomorrow night with a 7:10 first pitch, the New York Mets will begin a 3-game interleague home series versus the Cleveland Indians. The Mets are currently tied for third place in the NL East with the Washington Nationals with identical 64-60 records. New York is also 2 games behind the Chicago Cubs for the final NL wildcard playoff spot. On the opposite end, Cleveland is in second place in the AL Central at 74-51, 2.5 games behind the first place Minnesota Twins. Starting pitchers for both teams have yet to be determined, and the game will be televised on Sportsnet New York. That's it for sports today. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you very much. Well, it's a great day to beat the heat with a delicious treat, because today is National Soft Serve Ice Cream Day. Fun fact here, the secret ingredient behind soft serve is air. According to the Smithsonian Institute, that's what brings the creamy texture out. And more than a few people have claimed to create this delicious treat, but we know that around the world, people have been enjoying the delicacy since the 1940s. So Matt, take a break, grab your favorite flavor, and lick away, because it's a holiday after all.
If you can tell me when I'll have time today.
We could have ice cream right now. What do you think, Dakota?
Sure.
Yeah, let's go.
We can get to
We'll
Mr.
I'm going to run
Softy,
out real quick. I'll be right back, okay? I'll be right
Yeah.
I don't think I could get back in time.
No.
Probably not. I could try really hard, though. Go over
So essentially the magic thing in soft serve is air.
Yeah.
So it's basically just like potato chips.
Pretty much. The bag, you notice that, like, 50% of the potato chip bag is air. It's like I'm getting ripped off here. I want it filled up all the way.
I mean, I understand that they need air, I guess, to preserve it and to seal it and whatnot, but it's just like, honestly.
Well, so does that mean then that, like, we're getting ripped off when we buy soft serve? We have less ice cream?
I don't know. That's a good thought.
I don't know. I went.
We should get our I-team on that.
We should. There we go. That's a good I-team report. Just like that ice cream weather graphic.
Yeah, we're not going to go down that road.
Speaking of ice cream here, over the weekend I went to the Erie County Fair. I'm going to share a couple of the pictures. It was a great time, had by all, including this really cute rabbit. Look at this little guy. Isn't he cute? He's cute. Anyways, so we got ice cream while we were there. And, of course, I didn't take a picture of the ice cream. But, see, there's the fair, all the people. And it melted in like 2 minutes. I mean, it was crazy. I didn't believe it. Like, I took a couple of licks as we were walking, and I felt it going down my hand. It was incredibly hot.
Well, up there in Hamburg, too, you were probably also in direct sunlight as well, because it's all open up there on the Hamburg Fairgrounds. Right. So you're probably likely in direct sunlight along with that as too, because I didn't have a lot of rain over the weekend up in the Buffalo Metro. So
Right. So it was a steamy one.
Yeah.
For sure.
Speaking of steamy, it's also going to be steamy around here. There's the 7-day, and it still remains muggy basically through Wednesday. It's not until Wednesday night we shove a cold front through the area, and that drops the temperatures and the humidity. So let's all get a refreshing change. And Justin, should we tell him what's going on? What we're doing the weather on today?
An iPad.
Yes, we are doing the whole weather today has been done on the iPad today. We're having a bit of a computer crisis back in the weather office, and we're unable to show the regular graphics, but we do happen to have the iPad. So the whole weather, this might be history. I don't know of anybody else who has ever done a whole weather segment on their iPad. So this might be weather history, folks.
I think it might be, for sure.
Yeah.
So good for you either way, overcoming said obstacle. So.
We will do whatever we need to,
We'll do whatever we need to do to get
in the midst of a crisis.
We appreciate it, Dakota. Thank you. Hopefully they can get your computer fixed.
Yeah.
We'll see what happens there. Wendy chiming in, go Patriots. I know we had a couple of go Bills in there.
We're 2-0, baby, so
Matt
far.
and I are Steelers fans, as you may know.
2-0 Steelers.
Wendy
it's
says,
only preseason, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, you brought it up.
Well, I'm just saying, it doesn't matter. It's only preseason.
I know.
Wendy says to visit the ice cream shack down there in Celeron. They have a number of great flavors. It's right next to the grocery store. I should be down there a little bit later today, actually. I'm headed to, there's a new basketball court opening today at 3 o'clock, so hopefully I'll see you down there, Wendy.
As I said on Friday, get your 8x10 glossies. Get them ready.
And I went to the fair Saturday, so I did not get up there on Thursday, but I know there were a lot of great concerts, too, so I'm sure a lot of people probably enjoyed that. Hey, that's going to do it for us. We leave you with a live look over downtown Jamestown and the HD News Now cam. News continues 24/7 at WNYNewsNow.com. We're back tomorrow. See you then.